Chioma, the betrayed wife. Episode 1. In a vibrant Yoruba village, where life dances to the rhythm of drums and laughter fills the air, we meet Chioma. Her beauty is like the first rays of dawn, illuminating everything around her. She walks gracefully through the bustling marketplace, a colorful girlie perfectly framing her radiant face. Chioma's laughter rings out, a melody that draws smiles from everyone she encounters. The marketplace is alive with energy. Vendors shout to attract customers, displaying their colorful fabrics, fresh produce, and traditional artifacts. Here, Chioma is not just a shopper, she is a beloved member of the community. The colors of the market are as bright as her spirit, filled with the sweet scents of spices and the warmth of human connection. Amongst the vibrant tapestry of life in the village, Chioma shares a special bond with Adekule, her husband. With his charming smile and gentle demeanor, he captivates not only Chioma but the entire community. They often walk together, hand in hand, their love evident to all who witness their companionship. The couple embodies the essence of love in the village. Today, Chioma is on a mission. She strolls through the market, her fingers grazing the vibrant fabrics displayed on the stalls. With every choice, she weaves a story of tradition and beauty. The fabric she selects will be used for an upcoming festival, a time for the village to celebrate their heritage. Meanwhile, Adekule engages with local merchants, his charisma shining as he negotiates prices. His deep laughter and kind words resonate with everyone around him. He is not just a businessman, he is a friend, a confidant, a pillar of support for many in the village. Children play nearby, their laughter creating a joyful symphony that underscores the vibrancy of village life. They chase each other, their playful shouts filling the air, reminding Chioma and Adekule of their own carefree youth. The innocence of their laughter is a precious reminder of what truly matters: community, love, and connection. Above the village, the sun casts a golden glow over the landscape, illuminating the traditional mud houses that dot the area. The greenery surrounding the village flourishes, a testament to the hardworking hands that nurture it. This is Chioma's home, a place of warmth, laughter, and rich cultural heritage. As Chioma continues her shopping, she spots an elderly woman struggling with her bags. Without hesitation, she rushes to help, embodying the spirit of compassion that defines her. In that simple act, Chioma demonstrates the importance of community, a value deeply rooted in Yoruba culture. The marketplace is a treasure trove of traditional Yoruba decorations, vibrant beads, and handmade crafts that tell stories of their own. Each item reflects the rich history and artistry of the Yoruba people, a culture that Chioma holds dear to her heart. Surrounded by the warmth of friendship, Chioma joins a group of women gathered to share stories and laughter. Their bond is palpable, each word spoken and each laugh shared woven into the fabric of their lives. In this village, no one is alone, they are all part of a greater family. Episode 2. Under the shade of a grand Iroko tree. Chioma and Bola share a bond that stretches back to their childhood. The tree, with its deep roots and towering branches, stands as a symbol of their friendship, strong, unyielding, and deeply intertwined with their lives. Here, in the cool shade, they find respite from the sun and time to reminisce. Their laughter echoes through the village, a joyful reminder of simpler times. Bola, always admiring Chioma's strength and beauty, hides her growing envy behind her affectionate smile. But beneath Bola's laughter lies a shadow, a quiet envy that has grown with time. As Chioma speaks, her face glowing with happiness, Bola's smile falters for just a moment. She admires Chioma's grace, her unwavering confidence, but hidden in her heart is a seed of jealousy. Adekule, Chioma's husband, is more than a source of admiration for Bola. He is the one thing she secretly desires. And every day she watches, she feels her emotions pulling her in directions she cannot control. The two friends sit side by side, weaving traditional baskets with expert hands. Their fingers move rhythmically, creating patterns that have been passed down through generations. Chioma and Bola have shared these moments for as long as they can remember, moments of quiet companionship where words are unnecessary. But while Chioma focuses on the craft, pouring her heart into the task, Bola's mind drifts toward Adikanle. She listens to Chioma's voice, but her thoughts are elsewhere, consumed by a desire she struggles to suppress. Later in the day, Adikanle walks past, his presence commanding attention even from a distance. He stops to talk with another villager, his laughter filling the air. Bola watches from afar, her heart racing. The way he carries himself, the charm in his smile, it is all too much for her to ignore. She glances quickly at Chioma, who is unaware of her gaze. In that moment, Bola's envy blooms into something more dangerous, something that threatens to unravel the friendship they have built. Back at Chioma's home, the two friends prepare for an evening gathering. Chioma applies makeup in front of a small mirror, her movements graceful and sure. Bola watches her friend's reflection, admiration still in her eyes. But behind that admiration, something darker stirs. Bola's feelings have grown too complex to ignore. As Chioma brushes her cheek with powder, she chats about Adikanle and the plans they have for the future. Each word is like a knife to Bola's heart, though she keeps her smile in place. As the sun sets, casting a warm golden glow over the village, Chioma and Bola share a simple meal outside. The food is delicious, prepared with love and care. Chioma is as joyful as ever, laughing and chatting about their future dreams and the upcoming festival. Bola nods along, though her heart is heavy with the weight of her secret. The sunset's beauty contrasts sharply with Bola's inner turmoil, its vibrant hues a reminder of the life Chioma leads, a life she envies. That evening, the village comes alive with music and celebration. Chioma and Bola, dressed in matching traditional attire, join in the dancing. Their skirts swirl as they move, their laughter mixing with the drum beats. For a moment, it feels like nothing has changed, two friends, sharing joy and the bond of sisterhood. But as Bola watches Chioma, her heart aches. How could Chioma be so unaware of the storm brewing within her? As they dance, Bola's mind spins faster than her feet, thoughts of Adikanle clouding her joy. Later that night, after the festivities have ended, Bola stays behind. Alone, she practices the traditional dance they had performed earlier. The moonlight illuminates her graceful movements, but her mind is far from the present. With every step, she questions herself. How long can she keep her feelings hidden? Her dance becomes more intense, driven by the conflict raging inside her, admiration, envy, love, and guilt, all clashing as she spins in the quiet night. During a quiet moment, Chioma invites Bola to help apply henna designs to her hands in preparation for the upcoming festival. As Chioma's hands are adorned with intricate patterns, she chats excitedly about the future, unaware of the growing tension between them. To Chioma, their friendship is as strong as ever, but Bola's feelings have become a burden she can no longer bear. Every stroke of the henna brush feels like a reminder of what she cannot have. As the night deepens, the two friends sit side by side under the stars, their village bathed in soft, silvery light. Chioma talks about her dreams, her hopes for the future with Adikanle, their plans to start a family, and her desire to always keep their friendship strong. Bola listens, but the words twist painfully inside her. She looks up at the stars, searching for answers. How can she continue to sit by Chioma's side while her heart belongs to Adikanle? Episode 3: The Deception. It all began innocently enough, a chance encounter at the village square. Bola and Adikanle were just two people from the same village, exchanging pleasantries as they often did. The village square, usually bustling with energy, was quiet this afternoon. The sun cast long shadows, and there was a stillness in the air, as if the word itself was holding its breath. Bola tried to hide the nervous excitement in her voice as they spoke. Adekunle, unaware of her feelings, was his usual kind self, laughing and joking as he always did. But something had changed. For the first time, Adekunle noticed Bola in a way he hadn't before. Perhaps it was the way the light played in her eyes or the warmth of her smile. Or maybe it was the way her laughter lingered in the air. Whatever it was, he found himself drawn to her in that moment. Their conversation shifted, becoming more personal, more intimate. What had once been friendly banter now felt like something more, something dangerous. Adekunle, ever the gentleman, invited Bola to walk with him. It was a casual offer, one he had extended to her many times before. But today, Bola hesitated. She knew deep down that this walk would be different. Her heart raced as she accepted, the weight of her secret feelings pressing down on her. As they walked through the village paths, surrounded by trees and the distant sound of the river, their conversation became lighter, easier. Yet, beneath it all, an undercurrent of tension flowed between them, unspoken, but undeniable. As the days passed, Adekunle found himself thinking more and more about Bola. He loved Chioma deeply, there was no question of that. But Bola had become a fixture in his thoughts, her face appearing at the most unexpected moments. He couldn't understand it. This wasn't like him. He had never looked at another woman since marrying Chioma. And yet, here he was, caught between his loyalty to his wife and an inexplicable pull toward her closest friend. Meanwhile, Bola had begun to notice Adekunle's growing interest. Her heart raced with excitement, but also fear. She knew the danger of what she was doing, but she couldn't stop herself. Slowly, she began to test the boundaries of their relationship. A lingering touch here, a teasing smile there, subtle gestures that could easily be dismissed as friendly, yet carried a deeper meaning. And Adekunle, despite his best efforts, found himself responding. The more she pushed, the more he was drawn into her web. One evening, after a village celebration, the tension between them finally came to a head. The night air was cool, the stars glittering above like 1,000 secrets waiting to be told. Bola found Adekunle standing alone, gazing up at the sky. She approached him, her heart pounding, unsure of what she was about to do but knowing she couldn't hold back any longer. She confessed her feelings, her voice trembling with emotion. She told him how long she had admired him, how she could no longer bear to hide her love. Adekunle was stunned. He stood there, speechless, as Bola poured out her heart. This was not what he had expected. He had always known Bola as Chioma's friend, nothing more. But now, hearing her speak, he realized that something had changed in him as well. He was drawn to her, yes, but he loved Chioma. Could he betray her? The weight of his decision hung heavily in the air. His heart raced, torn between desire and loyalty, between his wife and this unexpected temptation. Seeing the conflict in Adekunle's eyes, Bola's confidence crumbled. She hadn't expected to feel this vulnerable, this exposed. Tears welled up in her eyes as she realized the full weight of what she had done. She had put her heart on the line, risked everything, her friendship with Chioma, her place in the village, all for a love she wasn't sure would be returned. Her tears fell silently, shimmering in the moonlight, as she waited for Adekunle to speak. Despite his own confusion, Adekunle couldn't bear to see Bola cry. He reached out, gently wiping away her tears. It was a simple gesture, but in that moment, it felt like so much more. Bola leaned into his touch, her heart aching with the hope that he might choose her. But even as Adekunle comforted her, his mind was racing. What had he done? How had things come to this point? He had crossed the line, and there would be no going back. In that charged moment, the line between friendship and betrayal blurred. Adekunle, overcome by the intensity of the situation, leaned in and kissed Bola. It was brief, almost hesitant, but it changed everything. The guilt hit him immediately, a wave of shame crashing over him as soon as their lips parted. Bola looked at him, her eyes wide with surprise, but also with hope. It was done. The betrayal had begun, and neither of them could undo what had just happened.